Hello YouTube, it's Rom from Ramen Noodle TCG, and today I have another Heart of the Underdog deck profile for you. So it's been a little while since I posted a video. I've been grinding locals with Malice, and my results have been aggressively okay. But today I went to Brainwash Cards in York for the Weenie Hut tournament, which is a Heart of the Underdog format tournament. If you don't know what Heart of the Underdog is, it is basically a custom ban list tournament with the ban list decided by the tournament organizers and just the community at large. So I heard about this event like half a week ago, so I didn't have that much time to prepare. So I took out my Tenyi deck that I played before, added the new cards from Suda, and yeah, just basically rocked it again. And I ended up winning. So yeah, I'm going to go over the list and talk about how the new cards from Suda have improved the Tenyi strategy. Pure Tenyi is, because Sword Soul's banned. So before we do that, I wanted to shout out Brainwash Cards. It's a great store. I really enjoyed the event there, and they were a very well-stocked store. They had the Suruyas I needed and the Mula at Hara. Because I actually bought those cards right before the event started. It was great. Yeah, for other decks I considered playing at this event, I considered Altergeist, Virtual World, but those decks had ban list hits that I wasn't comfortable playing them. If you want to see the ban list, it's down in the description. Yeah, feel free to check that out for some context on the format. I also thought about Marincess. I actually had Marincess in my bag in case I couldn't get the Tenyi cards. But thankfully I got the Tenyi cards and went ham with this deck. So starting off with the Tenyi monsters, we have 3 Ashuna, 3 Vishuddha, and 3 Edhara for the odd-leveled Tenyis. So we play all these at 3. Ashuna is the main starter. Vishuddha is great removal. I thought about maybe cutting this to 2. I feel like you maybe could, now that we have, like, some more support. But I like 3 Vishuddha just for consistency. It's good to have the level 7 names. Edhara is, like, your main tuner. Thanks to the new support, we have more tuners now. But it's still a very good card. It's important for the resource loop. You get to recycle your cards with this, and yeah, you can just make level 8 synchros and grind. So yeah, 3 of those. And now for the level 4 Tenyis, we have 3 Suruya. This card is ridiculous. Not only is it another tuner that has a much more lenient special summon requirement. The other Tenyis can only special summon themselves from your hand if you control no effect monsters, but instead of requiring you to have like a non-effect monster, Suruya just requires any worm. So it's nice that you don't have to always constantly be making link 1s or like link 3s and stuff. And yeah, it's great for the combo. When it's used as synchro material, she triggers in Graveyard and just vomits a Tenyi link out of your extra deck. She's literally just Agripain. Agripain! This card is ridiculous. We can finally cut the Mare Mare now, and I'm super happy about that. The deck felt really good with this card. I was considering playing 2 because I only had 1 before the event started, so I had to buy more. I was like hoping to get at least 1 more, but thankfully I completed the full playset, and I'm very happy that I have 3. For the other level 4 Tenyis, we are playing 2 Mapura, 2 Shatana, and the 1 Nahata. So last time I was playing 3 Shatana. I'm pretty happy with 2 Shatana now. This card is still really, really good. Mapura is okay. Maybe I could cut this down to 1, but I still think it's quite a good card. Protecting your guys from targeting effects is really good. Nahata is mostly another name, but the battle position, the attack debuff came up quite a few times actually. It actually won me my round 3 match, which was kind of funny. Yeah, other than just punishing oblivious players, this card is just another extender. And your deck is full of extenders, but it's nice to have more names. So yeah, those are the Tenyi monsters. Onto the Tenyi spells, we have 2 copies of Tenyi Infinity. This is the new field spell. This card fixes a lot of the problems that Tenyi had before. So now that we have a searcher for Vessel and Circle, since we can reliably find Circle, because you search this during your combo, you have access to your counter trap, because Circle can search any Tenyi card. So because we have a searcher for Vessel and Circle, I am not playing 3 anymore. I'm playing 2 Vessel, 2 Circle. So Circle, the effect to summon, I almost never used. It's still very good. It can help you dodge targeted interaction, but I mostly just use it for the search effects, because now we can search out Fists of the Unrivaled Tenyi. And now that we have reliable access to this card, we can have like a proper end board now with like a real negate, which is pretty cool. Fists went crazy today. So Vessel is a broken card. Maybe I should have played 3 Vessel anyway, even though it's searchable with Tenyi Infinity. I don't think I missed too much consistency. You could play like 3 Vessel, 1 Circle, or 3 Vessel, 2 Circle, or just like play the 2-2. The other Tenyi player I was talking to, my round 5 opponent actually, was playing 3 of both. I disagree with that. I don't think you need 3 Circle, but maybe 3 Vessel would be good. And obviously, we have Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi. Not only is it perfect protection for your non-effect monsters, but when your opponent special summons an effect monster while you control a non-effect monster, it just draws you 2 cards. So we can draw into hand traps, we can draw into follow-up. This card is crazy, and Tenyi Infinity just sets it from the deck during the end phase. It's really great. So yeah, now we have like real combos. The deck has like a higher ceiling now, which is great. So moving on from that, speaking of drawing cards and like cards we want to draw into, I'm playing a fair number of hand traps. I am playing 14 hand traps in the main deck. For the hand trap lineup, I have 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Effect Veiler, 3 copies of Ghost Ogre, 2 Ghost Mourner, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. Now, Imperm was a little contentious. Tenyi doesn't really need its normal summon, so we love playing hand traps that are monsters, and especially hand traps that are tuners. So the fact that you can just normal summon extraneous hand traps is really, really good. Especially for synchro summoning and stuff. It's just crazy. So the fact that Imperm is not a monster can make it dead sometimes, but it's Imperm. It's still a crazy good card. So I think it's worth playing. I originally had Bell in here over the Mourners, but Bell felt a little bit too specific, so I decided to just throw it in the side. Bell is pretty good in the mirror. It's good in like a few other matchups. Bell was pretty good against 6 Samurai. It's okay against Altergeist, I guess. It's also good against DD Crow, which is basically an everybody side deck. So I don't want people crowing my stuff, so Bell is like more of a side deck card than a main deck card. Mourner is more generic. It's just basically more imperms. And to round out the main deck, I have the one called by. So moving on to the extra deck for the links. we have 3 copies of Monk, 2 Shaman, 2 Berserker, 1 Draco Masters, and 1 Sahasrara. So, obviously, we always play 3 Monk. This is, like, the lifeblood of the deck. 2 Shaman is pretty important. In the last video, I talked about worrying about needing 3 Shaman. Now with the new support, Saruya just vomits out link monsters, so we don't need to link climb as much. So 2 Shaman felt perfect. 2 Berserker comes up all the time. Like for follow-up, like you want to end on 1 sometimes with some hands. And you want another for the follow-up. Yeah, 2 Berserker is very important. You only ever need 1 Saha, but this card is crazy. So off of Saruya, you usually either summon Berserker or Saha. If you want to make Fists live, you go for Berserker. Otherwise, you just go for Saha. This card is crazy. It gives your guys protection, and it just spawns tokens. Draco Master never came up. The card is pretty cool, but it just, I just never summoned it. It's a little awkward to use. We're just using Saruya to just get link monsters. You have to synchro summon to get to your links, so Draco Masters can be kind of awkward to use. But, I mean, maybe you could keep playing it. Maybe I could keep playing it, but I might cut it for something. We'll talk about flex slots when we get to the rest of the extra. So, for the synchros, I am playing the 1 Draco Berserker and the 1 Mula Adhara for the Tenyi synchros. Obviously, Draco Berserker is classically a very good synchro, just generically, but it's also just, like, good in Tenyi because you can revive it. And, yeah, I mean, it's Draco Berserker. Just a quality card. Mula Adhara is broken. So not only does it just search any field spell generically, but it also has targeting protection and destruction protection and attacks twice. Yeah, this card is busted. Yeah. I'm shocked that this card is legal, to be honest, in the Weenie Hut tournament. I feel like they maybe should have banned this card or something. But yeah, card is broken. Moving on to the Yang Zing synchros, we have Yazi, 2 Bashia, and 1 Xiaofeng. So Yazi basically only ever comes up when you have a level 4 Tenyi and a hand trap. But it's good for going second, just helps you break boards and stuff. This came up a couple times, and it was pretty good. 2 Bashia comes up all the time. You want to use the double spin to break boards, so yeah, you definitely need to. Do not cut this card. The other effect comes up too. It helps you, like, synchro climb into other synchros, mainly into just the second copy of itself. Like, you can send itself to get back a tuner, and then, like, keep synchro summoning. Very good card. Xiaofeng is the flex slot here. It really only came up in the mirror. It won me the game in the mirror, but it's not super mandatory. I was noticing that I was missing a generic link monster. Yeah, that was like the one thing I was missing from this extra deck. Perhaps I could cut the Xiaofeng for something like Lanpharynchus or Donner, or I could cut the Draco Masters maybe. Yeah, because people were giving me monsters like Lava Golem, Santa Claus, Ken, and I just couldn't out my own monster, which was pretty embarrassing, because you need, like, to clear your field of effect monsters to, like, make Tenyi plays. So yeah, I definitely would include that for next time. Moving on to the side deck, we have some more hand traps. I am playing 3 Artifact Lancia and 2 Ghost Bell. So Bell is good. I talked about this before. Just to stop your opponent from banishing your stuff. It's good in the Tenyi mirror. Not super good otherwise. So that's why I'm citing it. Lancia is also really important for the Tenyi mirror. But it also is quite good against Dark World. I would not have been able to beat Dark World at all if I didn't have this card. So I'm very thankful that I played it. Onto some back removal. I am playing 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone and Harpy's Feather Duster. So, Tenyi can be kind of weak to back row decks because Flawless protects your non-effect monsters from monster effects, but it doesn't protect you from trap effects. So, yeah, we need back row removal. Maybe I could have played more, like Twin Twisters, but I don't think I needed Twin Twisters. This was probably enough. I have the one zombie world. So Mula and Hara searches any field spell, so I just searched zombie world. I was planning to side this in against plants. Plants were very popular at the Weenie Hut tournament that I went to before, but this is a completely different metagame. There were no plants at this event, but I sided this in against Infernoble and it just won me the game. Nice warriors, bro. Yeah, broken side deck cards just go burr. We have some board breakers. I'm playing 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet, a Dark Hole, and a Raigeki. Raigeki is limited, so I'm playing Dark Hole. This was going to be another floodgate of some kind. Fire Prison was probably what I was going to play in the slot, but I couldn't find one, so I just played Dark Hole. These never came up. I never really used any of them. Droplet is good in theory because your guys have graveyard effects, but you're very monster dense overall. And you need monsters to combo, so like you want to be special summoning your monsters, not discarding them. I wanted to play Droplet over Dark Ruler because Tenyi has so much like attacking power that you really want to OTK with this deck. So I wanted to play Droplet, but maybe Dark Ruler would have been better. But I never needed any of these. I just overwhelmed my opponents with hand traps. Yeah, so that's the deck. I can talk about my matchups now, while showing off this beautiful prize field center that I got. I love the effort they put into this. This looks gorgeous. So I played against, in Swiss, I played against 6 Samurai, Shining Sarcophagus, Dark World, Nemleria, and Tenyi. So Nemleria was my only loss. The match against Dark World was really close. We went into time, and I was just able to like beat over him in the battle phase, and he could not make Giant Trainer. So that was pretty close there. Nemleria, the Nemleria guy just handed me a lava golem, and I just kind of exploded. Yeah, that was pretty rough. But thankfully I didn't have to play against that guy again in Top Cut. So in Top Cut, I played against Altergeist. I played pretty hard into Torrential, which cost me a game there. It's Altergeist. So I was just kind of able to I set up fists, and like that was good enough basically. Infernoble was a really intense match in top 4. I was able to crack a pretty impressive Infernoble board. The guy had like 2 pops and 2 negates, and I was able to break the board in OTK, and I'm really proud of that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. In the finals against Dark World, this Dark World player was much better than the other Dark World player. Game 1, the guy just ate 2 hand traps and then kept comboing. I just like turbo scooped to Silva. It was brutal. Why didn't they ban Silva, bro? They banned Cerulean, not Silva. Absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, in game 3, I was able to Lancia him, and then he wasn't able to do anything. Like the guy just could not keep playing under a Lancia. And yeah, that was basically enough. The deck felt great. Um, we have so much more firepower now. The Saruya is ridiculous, and so is Mula Edhara. It fixed a lot of the deck's problems. But thanks so much for watching, and like and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I can't fit my thumbs in here. Have a great day.